Okay, this is Anthony Magagnoli with Jalopnik in the Ginetta G55 Academy car. This is an entry-level car, sort of a trainer. And here we go. Got a sequential gearbox. And this car is powered by a Ford 3.7-liter V6, about 270 horsepower and 295 foot-pounds of torque. It's a stock motor, which, you know what that says to me? That says reliability. Now the car is set up in Academy spec on Michelin Pilot Sport 4S street tires. So we're sitting here on the track running really race car pace on a street tire. There's no ABS in this car. I'd say it's not really needed, especially for a trainer. So this is a really difficult section of the track because you never straighten out the brake. So we've got adjustable brake bias here. I'm straightening up a little bit, but you see I still have some steering angle of the car. So trail braking, there's no way to do that straight line braking there. It's all trail braking. Man, the brakes are really strong. These are Elcon calipers and AP pedal set. Got in there a little bit hot. I could have used a little bit more front grip there. I had to lift out of it. Good little breeze there on the throttle here. Bottoming out just slightly in the big dip there. Now, if you do get into a situation of oversteer, there's not a whole lot of steering block with which to recover. So you're going to kind of be tied into that. And if you get a little bit too much wheel slip or yaw, let's just say it's a drift. If you get a little bit too much of a drift, see, that was all the steering that I had there to correct that, and I intentionally went to throttle aggressively to induce that oversteer. As great as they are on the track, I mean, you can spend $100 grand on modifying a street car, and you're never going to get just this perfect communication and balance that you get with a well set up, dedicated, purpose-built race car. So, if you're buying a car for the track, or you're taking a street car and modified it to the point of where it's a dedicated track car, or you're trailering it to the track, you might want to think twice, because once you go to something like this, you'd wonder why you were running around on a street-based car for so long. So this is a steel tube frame chassis essentially, with fiberglass bodywork. That Ford V6 is mounted front mid, so it's actually, the entire engine is actually like a foot behind the front axle center line. So it's truly like a front mid engine. Chassis being tube frame and the bodywork being fiberglass, it's really easy to repair. You'll, if you've ever had a little incident with a street-based car that you had to pay to repair yourself, you'd be very appreciative. Or if you were a race team where damage is inevitable, you'd be very appreciative of the fact that the car can basically be repaired with a little bit of fiberglass, or you just pop off the front clip. The car's the throttle tip-in is a little bit aggressive, I'd say, and it's creating kind of a shock load to the rear tire. So we're going to work on seeing if we can improve that at all with a little bit of setup changes or tire pressure adjustment. Yeah, man, going through the kink in a race car is totally different from a street car. You just have the security, the sense of security, knowing that you have a purpose-built, encaged car around you, the confidence that it's always going to do exactly what you think it's going to do. And it would be really great for endurance racing. with a sequential gearbox, you can't miss a shift. You can't botch a shift. You can't money shift the car, which if you're not familiar, means selecting a lower gear rather than a higher gear when you're trying to upshift. So from that standpoint, it's going to be easy on the equipment. You're not going to explode a motor that way. And it's plenty quick. You would need to get the upgraded fuel cell because the base fuel tank in this is only 10 gallons, and you can imagine it's long enough certainly for 1 or 2 sessions at HPDE pace, but it would not be suitable for endurance racing. But you get a big fuel cell for that. And actually, once you do that, then this brake bias knob is going to become more critical as you burn off fuel load, because you have more significant weight delta that you're burning off between starting the race and finishing the race. So you can adjust the bias accordingly to retain the braking balance. So right now, this car does not have a class that it can jump right into in the US, aside from like some endurance classes and stuff. But I feel like it would be a really good fit, pace-wise, for like SRO TC America if they allowed a two-frame car in that class. So what else do we have here? We've got a PDM with all of our controls very clearly organized and easy to troubleshoot should anything go wrong. All the circuits are right there and easy to address. We also have air conditioning, which I've had on. We've got a blower, so this is a sealed cockpit car, so the windows are closed off, and so AC is a requirement for this kind of situation. Of course, we do have a fire system, electrical cutoff, and then with the Motec dash, we've got all the data that we need. The vehicle's critical functions and data are plumbed into this, so you don't need to worry about monitoring your oil temps, your water temps, etc. You're going to have alarms that will alert you to that, so you can really focus on driving. It's a really nice place to be. It's kind of odd not having anything in the middle here, being that it's a paddle shift. It does almost look like there's cup holders here. There's little circles here, and I'm a sucker for a cup holder in my race car. So, you know what? If I was very skeptical coming into this that this car should really be on race tires, but after driving it, I gotta say it's a freaking hoot on even on the street tires, and I think I would run it this way, unless it was in direct competition that I needed to go faster. So, great training tool, and it would be really hard to go back to a street-based car after running this. So, I hope you enjoyed the ride along. Again, this is Anthony Magagnoli with Jalopnik, and we'll see you next time.